All right, guys, let's dive into a courtroom moment that sets the whole tone. From the very first second, Judge Judy walks in with that no-nonsense energy, and the atmosphere shifts. You can almost feel the air tighten. The defendant tries to stay relaxed, tossing out casual remarks like it's no big deal, but Judy's not biting. She sizes up the situation instantly, and you just know she's clocking every inconsistency. This is the calm before the storm, and you're watching a lion stretch before the hunt. You can't tell the defendant has no clue what's coming. It's not just a hearing, it's a reckoning.
You're now the attorney-in-fact for the state name.
No, sir, Mr. Thompson, you know I don't put up with any of that. You understand?
Right.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You understand I'm not going to put up with that.
Yes, sir.
Not anything like that. You understand? Do you understand me?
Yes.
There's not going to be any private citizen, sovereign citizen, any of that. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're before the court today for your affidavit of violation of probation. You filed a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense. I've denied most of it. I'm going to probably deny the rest of it.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely.
I got some education to go, huh?
Sir?
So I've got some education to go.
This is the part where the pressure quietly starts to mount. Judge Judy starts probing, and what seems like small talk? It's not. It's precision work. Every question is a setup. Every pause is calculated. The defendant tries to maintain a front, calm, slightly defensive, but Judy is already unraveling the thread. You'll notice her eyes never leave him. Her tone dips just enough to let you know this is not going well for him. She's moving in, and he doesn't even see it. It's like watching a slow trap close shut.
Drive my license suspender revoked. You don't want to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
You should.
But that's the thing is, I've never even been pulled over. I don't know how I got a license or a warrant or anything. If haven't been pulled over in more than a year, any emergency contact. I went to go pick up a records request and they gave me a warrant instead of the records.
Do y'all know anything about this?
As to the new law.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Don't answer that. I shouldn't ask that question.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Strike that from the record. I won't do that if you won't do any other mess. I won't ask you that question.
But you transfer that to.
Just filed. I just filed in the court file.
I tried to, and they wouldn't accept it.
All right. Was he arrested? Is there a new arrest for driving license suspender revoked? State?
Yes, there was a bench warrant issued on 1/23/24 that's executed 1/29/24.
Said I was just doing a records request and had an agreed upon date to pick it up, went up there to pick it up and gave me a warrant, so the records are requested.
I tell you what, I'm gonna let y'all do
Return that?
Listen, I'm gonna leave him on probation. I'm gonna set this for preliminary on April. What's that April date?
April 17th.
April 17th. I'm gonna let him take care of that in county court and see what happens, okay?
Thank you.
And I think that's the only violation he had.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing what you're doing on this, and then we'll see you back in April, and you can take care of that in county court,
All
okay?
right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Sign a notice.
So I'll present myself to the court.
If you'll swear Mr. Thompson in, sure, state your name.
I'm the attorney-in-fact for Justin Reed Thomason, fictitious name.
No, sir, you're not. State your name.
Justin Reed.
And,
That's my given name.
sir?
Justin Reed.
Okay. And Mr. Reed, you've made an, Justin Reed?
Reed's his middle name, Your Honor.
I understand that. What's your last name?
That's not my property, sir.
Nope, well, I'm not gonna take that. Tell me your real name.
Justin Reed.
What's your name on your birth certificate?
That's not my property either, sir. That's the state of
All
Florida.
right. Mr. Thompson, I'm gonna find you're not competent to represent yourself. You can keep
Justin
that
Reed
in-
Thomason, sir. All right.
Okay.
Judge Judy comes in sharp with question after question, and the defendant's cracks start showing. He dodges one, fumbles another, then stumbles right into contradiction. And here's the best part. Judy lets him walk right into it. You'll see that subtle smirk. That's the moment she knows he's toast. It's like a tactical takedown in real time. No yelling, no drama, just intellect and authority. You can practically hear the gears turning as the case starts to slip. out of his hands.
When did you get to school?
I graduated.
Okay. And were you in the military?
Say again, I can't.
Were you in the, I'm sorry, were you in the military?
Yes, sir. I was in the Army.
So you knew how to read and write?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And, I remember correctly, are you on disability now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Been through a heart attack and a stroke
Yes.
since.
Also, you've had also some other physical injuries too, is that correct?
Say again?
You had some physical injuries also, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I've got 6 screws in my neck and a stent in my heart.
And before the court, I believe, and the court is aware of this, I believe you've had Mr. Thompson on the violation of probation before. Is your father here? Is any family here? Okay, I thought so. Okay. All right, sir. Have you ever represented yourself before?
And this court, just for the last hearing, the reason I'm on probation, that's the only 2 times I've ever tried to defend myself from here.
And you understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence and criminal procedure?
I cannot hear you, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. You understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence and criminal procedure?
Say again?
Do you want a hearing device?
Huh?
Hold on, I'm going to give you.
The defendant tries to come off confident, but Judy's not even slightly convinced. Her questions are getting tighter, her expressions sharper. There's one pause, a moment of silence that says everything. And then she pounces. Her response is surgical, cutting through the excuse like paper. You can feel the courtroom freeze for a second. It's the kind of moment that makes you lean in. Everything's turning, and it's not in his favor. This is the pivot point, and it's brutal.
Good. All right, you understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence, criminal procedure, and law, and they're there to assist you in preparing for this preliminary hearing and preparing for an evidentiary hearing. You understand that?
Yeah, well, from my vast experience, they didn't seem to want to do any of those things for me.
Well, I'm just asking, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that you'll be held to that same standard.
Yes, sir.
And that if I do allow you to represent yourself, the first time I hear anything that sounds like what you started talking about today, you will not be able to represent yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that'll be immediate.
Yes, sir.
And I'll never allow you to represent yourself again in this proceeding. If I hear that, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir. I believe in self-defense. Yes, sir.
Sir?
I believe in self-defense. Yes, sir. I went to war for this country. I would always like to represent and defend myself.
Okay. All right. Was there an amended violation of probation filed yet?
It looks like there was on March 1st, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. All right, well, sir, I'm going to allow you to represent yourself at any point in time that you wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you. I'll appoint one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You're here today on a violation of probation hearing. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
All right. And let's see.
I would like to move on to evidentiary hearing if we could, sir.
Well, you have to give the state notice. They'll have to have a chance to subpoena witnesses. This is not your evidentiary hearing today.
No, I just want to move for one.
You want to move for one? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who's the attorney?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Ms. McAfee, I'm going to set this for an evidentiary hearing. I don't want to set it on the 22nd because that's graduation. Yeah, let's go ahead and set it May 22nd at 1:30. We'll do that at a preliminary at 9 o'clock. And Mr. Thompson, remember, at any point in time, you want to ask for an attorney, I'll appoint one. You understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I be released until we get to that evidentiary hearing so that I can?
Mr. Thompson has asked to, has made an oral tennis motion for release. Ms. McAfee, what's the state's position?
I believe the new law is a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license. Based on that, I have no objection.
Pardon?
I have no objection.
To release him back? All right. As a special condition of your probate, I'll release you on your own, I'll release you at this time, based on that oral tennis motion, the state's position. As a special condition of that release, you're not to operate a motor vehicle. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
No questions asked. You cannot operate a motor vehicle. You'll abide by the terms and conditions of your probation. You'll sign a notice to come back on the May 22nd at 9 and 1:30. You'll need to step over and speak to the probation officer, okay?
Yes, sir.
Is where the unraveling becomes undeniable. The defendant keeps talking, but every word is just digging deeper. Judy isn't even trying to hide her skepticism now. She lets him talk himself into the corner, and when she finally interrupts, it's over. Her breakdown of the logic is flawless. Cold, clear, final. You can literally see his confidence deflate mid-sentence. This isn't just a rebuttal, it's a dismantling. And once again, Judy proves why she's the undisputed queen of courtroom command.
It's based upon a driving license suspended and an obstruction charge, which is pending in misdemeanor court. He's the one who admit to it, so we're going to stipulate to the facts that the state, what they call the witnesses, they can prove in VOP court the violation. Okay? Am I right? This is what you agreed to, right? 24 months.
I can just make a finding there's a basis that he's had contact with law enforcement.
Okay. 24 months from the original plea date, and just all the prior conditions are reinstated, and that's it. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay. I sign right there. Sign that.
Yeah. Every time.
Psalms for the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, Mr. Thompson, state your name.
I'd like to grant my name to this court, sir.
What, sir?
I'd like to grant the name to this court. That's what you recommended before is what it's off of. I'd like to, I have my disclaimer here. Can we give this to the clerk?
I think I'm gonna just revoke his release and put him in custody.
Say
And
again?
it's what I'm planning on, is what I'd like to do.
Your name right now, your legal name is Justin Reed Thomason. Is that right?
That's their legal name. That's who owns it.
All right, look, you signed this thing.
I signed it.
Okay, you signed it, and you agreed to what this position is, correct? You agree to abide by probation, is that correct?
I guess I don't have much of a choice.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
Under duress. This whole thing is under duress, but I'll do it because I don't have a choice.
Can I have a few minutes with him?
I'm thinking about revoking his release and just taking him into custody and and continuing his
Say again?
adventure here, putting you back in jail.
Really? Why?
Because you're
What would you like me to do, sir?
This part right here is pure intensity from the jump. Judge Judy leans in, both literally and mentally, and delivers a line that stops everything. Her tone is ice cold, and the defendant knows it. He tries to recover, to explain, but it's too late. The gap in his story is now a canyon. Judy walks through every flaw with such precision. It's like watching someone rebuild the truth from ashes. This isn't drama, it's discipline. The courtroom is dead silent because everyone knows he's done.
to at least answer the questions. Tell me your name. Don't do all this nonsense of what you're doing, okay?
Justin Reed Thomason.
Your dad's been here at every
I
court
know.
date. And your sister,
I don't
I
like
know,
her
has been
any more
here
than he
before. And they're trying their best. And I know you've got some issues, but they're trying their best to take care of you. And you're trying your best to go to prison.
No, I'm not. I'm trying.
Yes, sir, you are.
Trying my best to be free.
No, sir, you're not. What you're trying your best to do is go to prison. And that's exactly what's going to happen if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. And I understand you've got some issues, but I do also understand that you're competent to proceed. And I am willing to put you back on probation right now. And the only thing it will cost you is an extra $250 over the probationary period and extend it to 24 months. And then you can fight your county court case if that's what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
If that's what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Your name's Justin Reed Thomason, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what you were named at birth, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you understand that you're waiving your right to an evidentiary hearing, is that correct?
Did I?
Or are you? I've got you set for a hearing this afternoon.
We're pleading to this instead of having a hearing.
Okay, okay.
You're waiving that right, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're waiving your right to require the state prove the allegations against you.
That's a big one, but
Yep. And the only thing you're admitting is that you got arrested on some new charges. You're not admitting whether you did or did not do the crime that you're charged with.
I definitely got arrested.
You definitely got arrested.
6 times in the last 18 months, which
Yes,
I
sir.
think is really
Guys, this is the finale, and it's everything you want in a courtroom ending. Judge Judy lays it all out, piece by piece, like she's building a case summary in real time. Her words land heavy, no fluff, no drama, just pure judgment. The defendant, who started this thinking he had a shot, is left speechless. Judy doesn't just win the moment. She closes the whole case like slamming a vault door. You feel the weight of finality in her tone. That's how you end a session, with authority.
There's a basis. I'm gonna find that Mr. Thomas's admission was freely and voluntarily made. It's extended sentence is extended 24 months from the original sentence date. All conditions that are reimposed. There's an additional $250 imposed today for the cost of the prosecution of the violation of probation. Sir, you have 30 days to find notice of appeal. If you'd like to have an attorney to appoint to represent you, one may be appointed to represent you at no charge.